Hi, this is Anne with Graphic Design How To, and today I'm going to show you how to place a Google Sheet or an Excel document into Adobe InDesign, but still be able to format it with row colors, fonts, and that kind of thing. All right, let's get started. Now, before we get started, I wanted to mention that if you're going to be doing this with multiple tables in the same document, you can use table styles. And I actually have another video about how to do that, and that'll be right up here at the top of your screen. Okay, in this tutorial, I'm going to use Google Sheets because it's available to everyone for free with a Gmail account, which is also free. But whether you're using Google Sheets or Excel, before importing, you need to remove extra blank rows and columns, and just make sure the first row contains headers if you want them styled differently like this. So I'm going to save this as an XLSX file. So I'll go to File, Download, and then this top one, Microsoft Excel. Now we can't actually use that file in InDesign. We have to convert it to an XLS. Now in Excel, I think you can just save this as a .xls file. Not 100% sure on that. So I'm going to convert that now. And I'll put the link for this in the description below. It's a free online converter. We'll use this first one. I'll select the file and then navigate to it. And we do want to convert to XLS, and I'll just convert. And then I'll download it. And that'll go to your downloads folder, but I just went ahead and moved it into my working folder. Next, I'll come to InDesign, and you can just use the document you're working on, of course. I'm going to make a new file. We'll go to Print, Letter, and Create. So I'm going to hit Command D or Control D. You can also go to File, Place. I'll navigate to the XLS. Before clicking Open, I'm going to check Show Import Options. We'll go ahead and open. And then if you have more than one sheet in your document, go ahead and choose the sheet you want, of course. This is showing A1 to D20, but when I go back to my document, I can see I don't have anything in column D. So I'm going to change this to C. And then for table, I'll pick Formatted Table. This is usually the best option. And then we'll say OK. And then I'll just click and draw a box to place it in. Okay, now once it's placed, it becomes a fully editable InDesign table. So with your type tool selected, you can change fonts. We'll make this bold. You can select the cells or the whole table. You can come up here to Table and change your table options and your cell options. Let's go ahead and just do some of this. I'm going to establish a header row because I want that top row to be a header row. And then for the fills, I'll change this to every other row. And then this is fine with the 20% black tint. And then I'll just put paper as the next row. We'll say OK. Because we have this header row up here, there's no way to really specify that this first row is the header row. So I'm just going to select all of these cells, Control X or Command X to cut them. Then with my text tool, I'll get right on the edge and select just that row and then paste. I'll go ahead and add some strokes to these too. So with my text tool, I'm going to select the whole table, and then I'll come up here to Table, Table Options, and Table Setup. And then for the table border, I'm just going to put this at 1 point, and the type over here should be solid. So this gives me a border around the whole table. We'll say OK. Then I'll come back up here to Table and go to Cell Options and go to Strokes and Fills. And here I'll also put 1. We'll say OK. Okay, so everything looks pretty good, but it's pressed up against the left side. So to fix that, you'll go to Cell Options again, and we can go to Text here. Here's where we can change the spacing. So the left side I'll put at 0p6, which will kind of offset it a little bit. And I'll say OK. Now, one thing to know is once this Excel file or Google Sheet is placed, it is no longer linked like an image. If you edit the XLS file, it's not going to update in here in InDesign automatically. If you need updates, you would need to replace it. And you would probably think, oh, well, it means I have to set all this up again, but that is not true. You can actually use something called table styles, and this is best for repeated styles. So you can just select everything and then just add a new table style. And we'll call this Names and Info. And I'll say OK. So now I'll bring the spreadsheet in again, and this time I'm going to choose Unformatted Table. And for the table style, I'll click on the names and info one we just created. I'll say OK. And then when I draw this table in, it automatically brings in the styles, but not the text style. You would need to originally set those up in paragraph styles or character styles. And I have that other video on how to do that, how to really set up table styles in a way where it'll be exactly the same every time. So just check out that video. It should be in the upper right corner of your screen right now. And that's it. All right, I hope this video is helpful for you. If you liked it and you want to see more videos like this, just click on the subscribe button and the little bell next to it. You'll be notified every time a new video comes out. All right, I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.